Good evening and welcome to the 2025 Harrisburg Police Awards Ceremony. I am Deputy Chief Kenneth Young, and I will be your ceremony host for the evening. On behalf of the Honorable Wanda Williams, Mayor of the City of Harrisburg, and Commissioner Thomas Carter, I welcome you to the beautiful MLK City Government Atrium. We will begin the ceremony with the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. I request that headgear be removed at this time, and if you're able to stand, we invite you to join us in rendering the honors.
On. Order. On. Right. Face. Forward. March.
We will now recite the Pledge of Allegiance. The flag of the United States of America is located beside the podium. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please take your seat. Chaplain Fitzgerald, good evening, sir. Would you honor us with the invocation?
Heavenly Father, we welcome you here today and gather before you with grateful hearts, acknowledging your presence among us as we honor the brave men and women who serve and protect the city of Harrisburg, as you have appointed for your glory. As your word says in John 15:13, greater love has no man than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. Today we also remember those officers who made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. May their legacy of courage and selflessness never be forgotten. Comfort their families with the peace that surpasses all understanding. We also lift up those who continue to serve. These are officers who rise each day with commitment, strength, and resolve. Strengthen them, Lord, with your word. As you taught us in Isaiah 41:10, do not fear, for I am with you. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Guard their hearts, Lord, and minds, and protect them as they protect others. We ask your blessing on their families who sacrifice in quiet ways each day. Grant them resilience, encouragement, and assurance of your presence in their homes and in every aspect of their lives. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Fitzgerald, for those kind words. I'd like to introduce our city and police leadership present at the ceremony. The Honorable Wanda Williams, Mayor of the City of Harrisburg. Commissioner Thomas Carter, leader of the Harrisburg Police. Captain Terry Whelan, commander of the Criminal Investigation Division. Captain Ata Akapo Martin, commander of the Uniform Patrol Division. Captain Thomas McGarity, commander of the Technical Services Division. Captain Russell Winder Jr., captain of the Community Services Division. And Chaplain Tom Fitzgerald. Chaplain Fitzgerald serves as one of our Police Bureau chaplains. Thank you for being here, Tom. Thank you for what you do and what the other chaplains do for the Police Bureau and the citizens of Harrisburg. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedules to celebrate with the Harrisburg Bureau of Police. The awards presented today are for incidents which occurred in 2024. And we are also presenting the 2024 Officer of the Year Award. As we come together this evening, we celebrate these officers for their outstanding work during Police Week 2025. And we take this moment to express our deepest gratitude for our unwavering dedication, courage, and commitment to safeguarding our communities. Each day, the men and women of the Harrisburg Bureau of Police stand on the front lines, confronting challenges, all in the pursuit of safer, stronger City of Harrisburg. Their service embodies the highest ideals of duty, compassion, and justice. We recognize the sacrifices they make, the long hours, the demanding situations, and the selfless acts that define the noble profession of law enforcement. They are more than officers, they are protectors, they are mentors, and they are pillars of strength within our community. This week, we not only honor their invaluable contributions, but also pay tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. Their legacies live on in the dedication each member of the Harrisburg Bureau of Police demonstrates daily. We will remain forever grateful for their service. Thank you for your unwavering commitment, your courage, and all that you do to keep our community safe. You are deeply appreciated, not just this week, but always. At this time, I'd like to invite the Honorable Mayor of the City of Harrisburg, Wanda Williams, to the podium for her remarks.
Thank you, Chief Young. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we do more than present words. We come together as a family because that is what the Harrisburg Bureau of Police are to me, a family. A family that shows up every single day in the face of danger, heartbreak, and hardship, determined to protect and serve the City of Harrisburg that we all love. When I look across the room, I see not only officers, but mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, brothers and sisters. I see people who carry the weight of this community on their shoulders, who miss birthdays, holidays, and dinners at home so that others may sleep safely at night. I see courage that does not ask for recognition and sacrifice that too often goes unseen. Let me tell you what I see most of all. I see heart. The heart it takes to run towards trouble instead of running away from it. The heart it takes to extend compassion in the middle of chaos. The heart it takes to get up every morning knowing what might come and choosing to wear that badge anyway. This ceremony is our chance to stop, to truly look at you, and to say from the depths of our souls, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for standing strong. Thank you for loving Harrisburg enough to lay everything on the line. You are not just police officers, you are part of Harrisburg's promise. And as your mayor, I cannot be prouder to stand beside you any day. Congratulations to tonight's honorees. May your courage continue to inspire, and may your example remind us all of what it truly means to serve as a Harrisburg Bureau of Police officer. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Mayor Williams. At this time, I'd like to request the Commissioner of the Harrisburg Bureau of Police, Thomas Carter, to the podium for his remarks.
I was just telling the mayor, I'm not speaking behind her anymore. We're going to change this batting order because I can't put up with that. Anyway, I want to welcome you here to our City Government Center. I first want to say something to the officers' family, friends, wives, girlfriends, and what have you, and especially to the younger kids. My heart goes out to you. I appreciate you because without you, they wouldn't be here. Without the values that you instilled in them day in and day out. That started from a very young age. The values of wanting to serve, to want to have a purpose with their life, and to not only have a purpose, but to give somebody else a purpose for their life. Harrisburg Police Agency has been short for quite a few years, but I'll tell you something, I can't tell, because the officers that we have, they volunteer for overtime most of the time, but sometimes they're voluntold that they got to stay. And I know that it puts a strain on families and friends, it puts a strain on cookouts and relationships, but I truly am sincerely proud of every officer here. Regardless of how long they've been here, regardless of the mistakes that they made, they are trying. They lay down their lives every day to serve the people of this great city. You see, it's one thing being a police officer in this county, but they are police officers in this capital city. That means that we have a population of about 55,000 people, and during the regular work week, it swells to about 200,000 people because of the state workers. So they're inundated with all kinds of calls. When they come to work here, they're backed up 40 to 50 calls sometime. Now, I'll tell you something. When I go downstairs, they have their heads held high. They answer their calls, and they do everything that we have asked of them. And I am so proud of them. I know at nighttime sometimes when my phone goes off, my heart just starts beating fast, just start pounding away. And I say to myself, well, what happened now? Did any of my officers get hurt? And thank God that hasn't happened yet. We have officers here, who run to gunfire. It's something to see somebody run from gunfire, but it takes courage, it takes bravery, and it takes a love for what you do to run towards gunfire. And while you're doing that, there's also fear that the officers have, but you put that fear behind you because you want to do what is good for the good of the people and the job that you took an oath to actually do. So I know that because of you, family members, because of the collaboration that we have here with other agencies like probation, other police agencies and different things like that, that Harrisburg will always thrive. To my command staff, I believe I have the best command staff in the whole county. These guys get me out of hot water all the time, because as a leader, you don't got to be the smartest person, but you got to surround yourself with people who are smart. And I was smart enough that I could do that there, and this is what I have right here, all my captains and my chiefs. And my officers, who I love dearly, my heart goes out to you. I want to say to you that there's a better day coming. As you know, that our contract is coming up, and we're going to get you and try to get you and fight for you to get you everything that you so deserve. So again, I take my hat off to you. I salute you all, and I want to say God bless you all, and please keep up the good work. Thank you.
We will now present the awards for incidents that occurred in 2024. Mayor, I will call the honorees to join us at the podium if you're ready. Award 1 is for merit. Officer Nathan Carr, Officer Justin Schumann, Officer Nicholas Herbster, Officer Caleb Tanner, This award is a result of a January 23rd, 2024 incident at approximately 16. Caleb, you want to stay with us here, buddy? Slide over beside the commissioner. Don't be running off. At approximately 16:30 hours, Officer Tanner was flagged down in the area of North 14th and Walnut Street for a reported armed robbery. The victim, an Uber driver, was robbed at gunpoint by one of 3 passengers he was giving a ride to in the area of North 14th and Regina Street. The suspect did take several items from the victim, but did not take his vehicle. Officer Tanner began to relay the suspect information to units who began to arrive in the area to assist. Officer Herbster, Officer Schumann arrived quickly and through their keen observation skills identified a suspect that fit the description of the armed male. The male was detained without incident. Officer Carr assisted with an interview of the victim as well as the verification of the suspect's ID, which led to positive identification of an armed suspect. These officers demonstrated the value of teamwork. Their timely response, effective communication, attention to detail led to the apprehension of 2 armed criminals. Let's give them a round of applause. You're good now. Unless you want, you can take over for me. Award number 2, Distinguished Unit Citation for 1st Platoon. Officers are Corporal Anthony Cummings, Officer Sethton Weist, Officer Edgar Taylor, Officer Elliot Chrisman, Officer Skylar Gladfelty, Officer Ernell Harley Jr., Officer Zachary Mateer, Officer Evan Ramos, Officer Lee Brown, Officer Marco Benitez Soto, Officer Christina Kelly. And you'll have to forgive some of them. They have to come in here later tonight, so they're probably home getting rest. These are their brave few right here. On 3/24/2024 at approximately 05:30 hours, Corporal Cummings was in the area of South 13th and Derry Street when he heard shots fired to the east of his location. While responding, County Dispatch advised they had received additional calls for shots fired in the area. Additional units arrived from 1st Platoon to find a large crowd fleeing from the area of an illegal nightclub. As units were checking the area for injured persons, Officer Weist called out that he was in foot pursuit of a suspect. During the foot pursuit, the suspect discarded a firearm underneath of a vehicle and continued to run away. He was detained a short time later by another 1st Platoon officer. Witnesses interviewed on the scene confirmed the suspect was the individual who was involved in the shooting. He was arrested and charged with numerous offenses. Their teamwork, bravery, dedication, display of these officers is emblematic of the services of the Harrisburg Bureau of Police. Good job, gentlemen. Award 3, Distinguished Unit Citation. Officer Evan McKenna. Officer Lee Brown. I'll catch you before you sit back down. Officer Colin Ware. Officer Cody Geyer. Officer Brian Strite. Officer Skylar Gladfelty. Officer Caleb Tanner. Corporal Jacoby Harper. Officer Sethton Weist. Officer Mark Kingsborough. Officer Jeremy Spores. The Warrant Service Unit was activated April 1st of 2024. The officers volunteered for the additional responsibilities and associated work and training for the Harrisburg Bureau of Police. In 2024, the Warrant Unit assisted serving 29 search warrants and arrest warrants for the City of Harrisburg Vice Unit, CID, Dauphin County Drug Task Force, U.S. Marshals Task Force, and ATF. This resulted in 32 arrests, the seizure of 24 illegal firearms, and $108,900 in illegal drugs off the street of Harrisburg. The Warrant Unit was instrumental in helping the above agencies further their investigation, which led to numerous arrests and seizure of contraband. Good job. Award 4, Distinguished Unit Citation. Officer Cindy Kreiser, let's go that route. Officer Brooke Yakish. Detective Jamie Cobb. Officer Joseph Giovanco. Corporal Donnie Bender. Officer Harley Ward. Officer Jeff Teeter. Officer Mark Kingsborough. Officer Timothy Flynn. Officer Wilson Valera Valdez. Officer Brock Fosnot. Officer James Bennett, and Officer Jonathan Perkle. Officers responded to the 1200 block of Chestnut Street for a victim who had been reported to be stabbed repeatedly and in critical condition. Officers arrived on scene swiftly and assisted with getting the victim medical treatment and the accused actors identified. During the course of their investigation, the weapon used in the assault was recovered as well. The efficient teamwork led to the arrest of the armed suspect who had assaulted the victim. Good job. Good job, Donnie. Award 5 for heroism. Officer Mark Howe. Officer Lee Brown. Cleaning house, aren't you? Good job. On Monday, April 22nd, 2024, at approximately 01:14 hours, Officer Lee Brown and Officer Mark Howe responded to the 1400 block of Zarker Street for a report of an outside fire. Upon arrival, they found the rear of a residence on fire and was quickly spreading to the adjoining structures. Officer Brown and Howe immediately began efforts to notify residents in the adjoining structures of the fire so they could safely evacuate. During this time, they encountered a resident who was attempting to move his mother from the floor of their residence. Despite not being equipped with the proper equipment to deal with the smoke filling the house and the flames engulfing the rear of the house, officers carried her to safety where she was transported for medical treatment. Despite putting their own safety at risk, the courage these officers displayed walking into danger, while putting other lives before their own, is a testament to their courage and dedication. Good job. Award number 6, for valor and bravery. For valor, Corporal Jeremy Christ. Officer Brett Rocap. Bravery, Officer Jeremy Spores. Agent Robert Garrity, PA State Parole. On 13 March 2024, officers received report of an individual with a gun in the area of North Cameron and Arsenal Boulevard. A short time later, additional calls were received where the suspect with the same description was involved in an incident near North 4th and Pepper Streets. A short time after that, officers in the area spotted the suspect vehicle and attempted a traffic stop. As they did, the armed suspect exited the vehicle and fired upon officers. Officers returned fire and the suspect continued to flee. As additional officers arrived on scene, the suspect was taken into custody and provided treatment for his injuries he sustained. For their courage under fire, determination to take an armed suspect into custody, the award for valor and bravery are awarded to the aforementioned officer. Good job, gentlemen. Award number 7 is an award for merit and distinguished unit. Merit, Officer Nathaniel Pucciarella. Distinguished unit citation, Corporal Farida Kingsborough. Officer Brandon Hoover. Officer Evan McKenna. Officer Sethton Weist. Officer Mark Howe. Lieutenant Scott Johnson. Corporal Anthony Cummings. Officer Brian Strite. Officer Adam Sabo. Officer Marco Benitez Soto. Corporal Jacoby Harper. Officer Chad Showers. Officer Brendan Kovach. Officer Ernell Harley Jr. and Officer Robert Tritt. On 5/30/2024, at 0024 hours, officers of the 1st Platoon responded to the area of Taylor Boulevard for a reported missing special needs juvenile. It was noted that the juvenile liked to be near water. Officers saturated the area, searching Reservoir Park, as well as areas which were reported to be frequented by the missing juvenile. This included several ponds, waterways. The search lasted for hours and included additional resources such as drones and canines. The missing juvenile was then found at 0713 hours in the area of South Front and Washington Streets by Officer Pucciarella while he was on his way home from ending his shift. Officer Pucciarella stayed with the juvenile until additional platoon members could pick up the juvenile and return him to his family. The teamwork, determination, and service exhibited by these officers is emblematic of the officers of the Harrisburg Bureau of Police. Good job, gentlemen. And ladies, sorry. You were hiding in the middle, Farida. Award number 8, Life Savings Award, Merit, and Distinguished Unit Citation. Life Savings Award goes to Leah Abdamalik. The merit would go to Marco Benitez Soto and Evan McKenna, all officers with the Harrisburg Bureau of Police. Distinguished Unit Citation goes to Corporal Esteban Restrepo, Corporal Anthony Cummings. Come on, I see you hiding back there. Officer Stephen Gray, Officer James Bard, Officer Robert Trich, Officer Brendan Kovach, Officer Lee Brown, Officer Zachary Mateer, Officer Corey Massey, Officer Arnell Harley Jr., Officer Mark Howell, and Officer Cody Geyer. You should just stand up here with us. You're getting your steps in. On Sunday, June 2nd, 2024, at approximately 0224 hours, officers from 1st Platoon were downtown working in detail on the 200 block of North 2nd Street to assist with crowd control. Gunshots were heard in the area of North 2nd and Locust Street. This caused a large crowd to flee towards officers in panic. A short time later, more shots were heard towards Pine Street. Officers ran towards the gunfire from a variety of locations in the area. Officers began to pursue multiple suspects from numerous directions. One suspect ran into the PA Capitol grounds, briefly out of sight of the pursuing officers. However, their efforts were not in vain as he was located and detained. A search of his flight path was completed and a stolen firearm was recovered. In the chaos of the incident, an officer was approached by a victim who had been struck by gunfire. Due to the chaotic scene and difficulty of travel on North 2nd Street from the large crowd, the victim was placed into a police vehicle, which was on scene and transported to Harrisburg Hospital immediately for assistance. The quick thinking was noted as being critical in the treatment of the victim. Their teamwork, vigilance when faced in a chaotic scene, and dogged determination in pursuit of an armed individual, the aforementioned officers were awarded Distinguished Unit Citation, Merit, and Life Savings. Good job. Lee, don't get too far. The next one's an award of valor. Harrisburg Police Officer Lee Brown, K-9 Officer Brad Rohrball, and his K-9 partner Rex. You getting your work out there, buddy? Around midnight on 8 June 2024, officers were on the downtown detail responded to the sound of gunfire on 2 separate occasions. Upon arriving on scene of the second shooting, an individual was seen running from the area as police tried to stop him. Officers obtained a description of the armed individual, and this was shared with personnel in the area. A search of the area was conducted in an attempt to locate the armed individual. A suspect matching the description was seen near where the original shooting occurred. This information was relayed, and officers attempted to stop the suspect. As they exited the vehicle, the suspect fled. As the suspect fled, he pulled an illegally modified handgun from his waistband. Officers continued to pursue the armed suspect even as he opened fire on all officers. Officers returned fire in their continued pursuit of the armed suspect despite being shot at. The suspect fled into an alcove and turned again, firing on officers, during which K-9 Rex was struck by gunfire. Officers returned fire, stopping the threat. As additional officers arrived on scene, they immediately attempted to render aid to the suspect. Despite facing gunfire and putting their own lives at risk, they remained steadfast in their pursuit of an armed suspect. In the midst of a chaotic and crowded environment, these officers displayed unwavering courage and a deep commitment to protecting innocent lives. For their extraordinary bravery and selflessness, dedication, they are awarded the prestigious Award of Valor. How's the dog doing? Is he recovering? Good job. Award 10. Award for Merit. Detectives Edwin Powell, Detective Ryan Fetzer, Detective Ian Dawson. On July 3rd, 2024, a juvenile female was walking to her friend's house when she was offered a ride by a male. This male then took her to a residence where she was given drugs and repeatedly assaulted by two suspects. Images of the acts were disseminated via social media. An investigation resulted in an emergency child advocacy interview and search warrants by Dauphin County Crisis Response Team. Through these investigative efforts, numerous charges were brought against these two individuals who assaulted the juvenile. Due to their efforts in identifying and charging these two suspects, they were removed from the streets of Harrisburg. The detectives' efforts are emblematic of the work done by the Harrisburg Bureau of Police every day. Good job, Brian. Award 11, Distinguished Unit Citation. Firefighters, Captain Michael Feldman, Lieutenant William Skinner, Lieutenant Corey Stone, Firefighter Zachary Miller, Firefighter Nathan Martin, Volunteer Firefighter Orrin Kaufman, IV. On July 4th, 2024, officers working the Independence Day celebration were involved in 2-foot pursuits of armed individuals. During the pursuits, the armed suspects threw their weapons into the river, attempting to destroy evidence. The suspects were then taken into custody as a result of the foot pursuits and the weapon possession. Contact was made with the Harrisburg Bureau of Fire to assist with recovery of the weapons from the Susquehanna River. Over the period of 3 days, both firearms were recovered. The commitment and dedication of the Harrisburg Bureau of Fire and their dive team helped ensure evidence needed to prosecute these suspects was recovered and preserved. Good job, gentlemen. Thank you. Award 12, Award for Merit. Colin Ware, Officer, Harrisburg Police. Dauphin County Deputy Sheriff, Michael Klinger. At approximately 0830 hours on September 22nd, 2024, Dauphin County Dispatch received a call of a male screaming and waving a gun in the area of North 2nd and Market Street. Personnel responded and obtained the information that the male was walking east on Market Street. A search of the area was started, and the suspect was found at the intersection of North 4th and Market Street. Officers arrived on scene, de-escalated the situation. They took the suspect into custody without injury to him or others. Upon taking the suspect into custody, it was learned that the weapon was an airsoft gun and not a real weapon, despite appearing to be. The suspect was then taken for mental health treatment following the incident. Due to their teamwork, quick thinking, and ability to deal with a potentially dangerous individual, they are awarded the Award for Merit for their decisive action on this day. Thank you, gentlemen. You didn't bring the dog? Ah. Award 13, Award for Valor and Bravery. Officer John Dahl, Officer Colin Ware, Officer Jeremy Spores, Pembroke Officer Isaac Tritt. For bravery, Lieutenant Kyle Gouch, Detective Mike Rudy, Officer Eric Henry, Officer Brett Rocap. On 10 December 2024, members of the U.S. Marshals Task Force and the Harrisburg Bureau of Police were searching for a suspect wanted for a homicide which had taken place a few days prior. The suspect was spotted in a cab of a semi-truck with no trailer attached. An attempt was made to initiate a felony traffic stop on the vehicle. The vehicle was adjacent to a very busy thoroughfare in the city, with construction occurring not far from the site of the stop. The suspect pointed a handgun at officers as they were initiating the stop. In fear of their life and knowing the threat posed to the public from this armed, wanted suspect, officers engaged him with their weapons. Due to their actions, the armed suspect and his vehicle did not have a chance to endanger the public any further as it came to arrest against a utility pole. The brave actions of all these officers who stopped this armed suspect and wanted homicide suspect prevented further harm to any residents of the city of Harrisburg or commuters passing through the area. Good job, gentlemen. And our last award. Award 14, Distinguished Unit Citation. Capitol Police, Lieutenant Aaron Kachia. Sergeant William Straw. Officer Robert Atkins. Officer Mike Strohecker. Officer Brandon Oldham. Officer Brad Rohrball. And K-9 Rex. Dauphin County Communication. Supervisor David Faust. Dispatcher William Givler. Dispatcher Raven Moats. Dispatcher Mark Urich. Dispatcher Christopher Trace. Harrisburg Bureau of Police Captain Thomas McGarity. Sergeant Matthew Novicic. Corporal Travis Banning. Corporal Jacoby Harper. Corporal Farida Kingsborough. Officer Nathan Carr. Officer Thomas Oxenrider. Officer Michael Fisher. Officer Jacoby Warner, or Jacob, sorry. Officer Brandon Hoover. Officer Skylar Glodfelty. Officer Chad Showers. Officer Brendan Kovach. Officer James Bard. Officer Marco Benitez Soto. On the night of 27 December 2024, Dauphin County Dispatch received numerous calls for shots fired in the area of 2nd and North Streets. It was soon discovered these shots were into an occupied vehicle. Fortunately, neither of the vehicle's occupants were struck by gunfire. Upon arriving on scene, officers learned that the armed suspect fled into a nearby apartment. The armed suspect then barricaded himself inside an apartment with 2 young children. Officers from the Harrisburg Bureau of Police and the Pennsylvania Capitol Police set up a perimeter around the location. Efforts were made to set up communication with the armed suspect via cell phone, but he refused communication. Officers then hailed the suspect over the public address system on the vehicle. After this went on for an hour, the suspect finally exited the residence and surrendered to police without incident. Officers checked the residence for both children, and both children were found unharmed. Through the efforts of Dauphin County Dispatch and multiple law enforcement entities, everyone involved was able to work to bring this incident to a peaceful resolution. The armed suspect was arrested, and the innocent were safe as a result of the extraordinary teamwork and effort put forth by all involved. Good job. Congratulations to all those who received awards. Well deserved, well deserved. Our next and last award presentation is for the 2024 Harrisburg Bureau of Police Officer of the Year. The 3 platoons of Uniform Patrol Division and the Criminal Investigation Division nominated an officer or detective for consideration by an award committee. What we're going to do is we'll read the names off one at a time, and then we'll have those individuals show up if they're here, or come up if they're here. Officer Brian Strite. Again, he's a midnight shift officer. I'm fairly certain he has to work again tonight, so hopefully he's home getting some rest so he can function. Officer Strite has been employed with the Harrisburg Bureau of Police since 2019. Since that time, he served on 1st Platoon. Officer Strite is always willing to help out and assist when he can. He served as a field trainer, patrol rifle operator, and an FN 303 operator. This year, he was assigned to the newly formed Warrant Service Unit and has assisted on multiple warrant services. In 2024, he responded to 1,611 calls for service and was a primary officer on 1,013 of those. He arrested 115 people with a total of 246 charges and 16 citations. Officer Strike comes to work every day and is eager to handle his district and be proactive. Again, Officer Strike's not here, but we can give him a round of applause, please. Officer Garrett Miller. Officer Miller was a recipient of the 2024 Dauphin County Craig Webb Memorial Award for Law Enforcement, and one of the highest awards that can be bestowed on police officers in Dauphin County. And Garrett was also the recipient, I believe, of the EMS, the Craig Webb Memorial Award for EMS. The only one that he has left to get would be the firefighting award, and I think he said he's coming for that. Officer Miller began his career with the Harrisburg Bureau of Police on January 8, 2001. Officer Miller is an outstanding patrol officer whose dedication to the Harrisburg Bureau of Police and the citizens of the City of Harrisburg and Dauphin County are beyond reproach. Officer Miller is a senior officer in the department. His knowledge and work ethic are outstanding. He is a leader of his peers, and his reliability is countless. Officer Miller is always willing to assist with all aspects of policing. Officer Miller is a member of the Dauphin County Rapid Response Team and has shown his dedication to the team throughout its existence. In 2024 was an extremely busy year with the team due to all the politicians coming through the City of Harrisburg with the elections. His reliability, capability, and dedication make him an invaluable resource to all that work with him. He exhibits an even temperament regardless of the situation at hand. He regularly handles large-scale and volatile situations correctly, professionally, and does so with little to no need for direct supervision. Officer Miller is the embodiment of a police officer. Let's give Officer Miller a hand. Detective Nina Moss. Detective Moss has been employed with the Harrisburg Bureau of Police since January of 2014. She has been a detective with the Juvenile Criminal Investigation Divisions. I thought you were going to run off on me. Can you bring her up here? She's been with Juvenile Criminal Investigation Division since September of 2019. Currently, within her position, she specializes in crimes of child abuse. She also oversees all Megan Law offenders within the City of Harrisburg. Detective Moss is a certified polygraphist and is also certified as a post-conviction sex offender testing. And she is also a member of the American Association of Police Polygraphists and Mid-Atlantic Police Polygraph Cooperation. You were trying to get me on that, weren't you? She is also a certified instructor in CPR, physical fitness, and a certified forensics interviewing for victims of child abuse. On top of her number of investigations and reports that she conducted has almost tripled in numbers compared to her peers, and she still finds time to take on additional cases and assist fellow co-workers within the entire police bureau. Not only does Detective Moss carry a very large workload, the quality of her work and her investigations do not diminish considering the large amount of responsibility she has both inside and outside the Harrisburg Bureau of Police. For these reasons cited, she is recommended as a nominee for Officer of the Year, Detective Moss. So those three were the nominees, and that's it's not an easy task to even make it that far. I can tell you through years past that it's quite a competition at times, and I mean we got a committee together. That's how bad it got. We got a committee together just to make sure we could narrow that down, and we were being somewhat consistent. So they were the nominees, and we'll get to the Officer of the Year here now. Patrol Officer Caleb Tanner is our 2024 Officer of the Year. was looking for Brandon because he gave me like 4 pages of stuff on this, and I had to narrow it down, which took about 3 hours. Officer Tanner has been employed with the Harrisburg Bureau of Police since March of 2021. Since then, he's become a proactive police officer with an increased focus on stolen vehicles, gun violence, and gangs. In 2024, Officer Tanner had the following notable summary of the notable incidents and investigation. He assisted with robberies, lead investigation of multiple armed robberies, securing arrests through interviews, LPR tracking, and cooperation with other divisions and agencies. Notably obtained confessions and recovered firearms in several cases. Homicides and attempted homicide cases. Assisted in apprehending homicide and attempted homicide suspects by leveraging LPR data, video surveillance, and proactive police work. Recovered evidence and coordinated with Susquehanna PD and CID. Firearms and drug offenses. Recovered numerous illegal firearms, including convicted felons and validated gang members. Arrested suspects on possession of drugs, scales, and packaging material leading to PWI and federal charges. Stolen vehicle recoveries. Identified and recovered multiple stolen vehicles using investigative techniques, including video analysis and social media clues. Worked with out-of-state agencies like NYPD and Hagerstown Police Department to apprehend suspects. Fugitive and gang apprehensions. Located and detained wanted fugitives and gang-affiliated individuals through LPR usage and surveillance coordination with the FBI and ATF. Support to other officers and agencies. Regularly supported fellow officers in video review and suspect identification, resulting in successful search warrants and felony arrest. 2024, Officer Tanner was dispatched to 2,939 calls total, arrested 93 persons, and filed 32 citations. He attended training for interview and interrogation, law enforcement intelligence, auto theft, and vehicle crimes, field training officer, and search and seizure. In 2024, he became a field trainer and a member of the Dauphin County Drug Task Force and the Warrant Service Unit, and is a point of contact for many outside agencies regarding stolen vehicles in the LPR systems. Officer Tanner's motivation to conduct thorough investigations, including obtaining search warrants, interviewing persons, and reviewing video footage LPR system, has led to numerous arrests, and his energy has been a positive driving force for the 3rd Platoon, where he has become a member whose opinion is sought out by peers and supervisors. Officer Caleb Tanner. Officer Tanner. Nope, that's yours. Yep. So as a result of the 2024 Officer of the Year, everyone has gotten one of these. So these, this is his that he'll keep with him, because he could probably hang it in his workspace, and he can look and beat on his chest every now and then. There's a second one just like this, which will hang out outside the commissioner's office. All right, good job, Caleb. Yep, you can see it. Again, let's give our nominees and our Officer of the Year another round of applause, please. We will now recognize our retirements from the Bureau of Police since our last ceremony. We've had 3 patrol officers, 2 detectives, and 1 Dauphin County co-responder retire since our last ceremony. Those individuals are Sergeant Raymond Lyda. He served from May 23rd, 1991 to February 9, 2025. Detective Paula Trovey, January 14th, 1994 to January 31st, 2025. Officer Stephanie Barley, May 20th, 1996 to October 14th, 2024. Officer Chad Sunday, September 15th, 1997 to January 2nd, 2025. Detective Jason Brinker, same dates, September 15th, 1997 to January 2nd, 2025. And then Dauphin County co-responder Gina Abramitis. She was with the Harrisburg Bureau of Police. She came to us in June 2024, and then she retired from the county on April 11th, 2025. She served with Dauphin County, though, since May 13th, 1993. So let's give them a round of applause. We appreciate the commitment of the City of Harrisburg and the Bureau of Police during the dedicated careers of the law enforcement. These retirees have dedicated a large portion of their lives to protect and serve the citizens of Harrisburg. We understand the hardships they have undertaken, accept themselves and their families, the long hours, the shift work, the danger they have placed on themselves and to protect those who could not protect themselves. On behalf of the City of Harrisburg, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and the United States of America, thank you for your sacrifice. We hope you enjoy your hard-earned retirement. We will now retire the colors. I request that headgear be removed at this time, and if you're able to stand, we invite you to join us in the rendering honors. Honor Guard, retire the colors.
Mark time, march. Detail, halt. Right, hey. Rear. Up. Right, hey. Forward, march.
Chaplain Fitzgerald, would you honor us with a benediction?
Gracious and almighty God, we give thanks for the men and women who serve in law enforcement with courage, dedication, and integrity. As it is written in Proverbs 28:1, the righteous are as bold as a lion. May these officers continue to walk in that boldness as they protect and serve. We ask your blessing upon those honored today and upon every officer who daily answers the call. Grant them wisdom in every decision, strength in every challenge, and peace in every storm. As you always have, go before them in every situation. As Micah 6:8 teaches, what does the Lord require of you but to do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God? May these words guide each step they take and each choice they make. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. I pray this for all those here, the City of Harrisburg, and its leadership. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Fitzgerald. On behalf of the leadership of the City of Harrisburg, excuse me, I would like to thank you for attending the Bureau of Police Awards and Officer of the Year Award ceremony. I'd like to thank the Harrisburg Police Honor Guard and the Technical Services Division staff for organizing, coordinating, and supporting the ceremony. Mandy and Jen couldn't have been done without you. Let's thank them with a round of applause, please. Congratulations to our awardees and our retirees. We appreciate you attending. Safe travels to your next destination. And please join us for some refreshments prepared by the chaplains to the rear of the Government Center outside on the police mezzanine, which is right outside those doors over there. This concludes the ceremony, and good evening.